My name is Dave Munson and I own Saddleback Leather Company. I designed my first bag in 1999. I have been designing for all my life and I love it. My name is Dave Munson and I own Saddleback Leather Company. I designed my first bag in 1999 when I was teaching English in Mexico. And as a volunteer down in Morelia, Michoacan, and I had a bag made to carry my school books. I wanted something like, like Indiana Jones would carry. I had this bag in my head and it was kind of spinning around there, and I thought, oh, if I could find that. So I looked around, couldn't find one like it. So I found a guy making bags, and I asked him if I sketched it out, could he make it for me? And he did. And so I told him I didn't want any breakable parts. I wanted it just like this. I wanted removable straps so I could use them. I wanted functionality. I wanted simplicity. And anyway, he made it, and I was so disappointed. Oh, it looked like something my dad would carry. No offense, Dad, if you heard this. But and it just looked real formal, and so I scuffed it up and scraped it and put some. I asked him, what can I do to soften this bag? It was too squared. So I sanded it a little bit with really fine sandpaper, only in some spots, and I got some lime juice and soaked it and did all this stuff, and got some baby oil and some olive oil, and that softened it, and it looked just right. And so it came out of the oven looking beautiful. And then I used it, and then I changed it, and then I used it some more, and then I made some tweaks to it, changes it. Then I met this old man who helped me to make it even better, and he taught me about how to reinforce things. And I started selling them regularly on eBay in 2003. And when I was living in Juarez with my dog Blue, selling them like crazy. I couldn't keep up with demand. They started growing. 2006, I met my wife on MySpace. She found me, and went down there to San Antonio from Juarez, El Paso area, and we started kissing, got married, and started a factory in 2008 here in Mexico, and I started designing new things. So a business consultant randomly bought one of my bags on eBay, and he said, I've got to tell you something, you've really got something cool here going. It's a great look. He said, you need to diversify. You need to design more things, because if you don't, you could just have one bag, they're gonna come and knock you off, which has happened. I checked one time and there were like 19 different people knocking off my bag. And so he said, they're gonna knock you off, and then it'll make it look like you're knocking them off. And some big brand's gonna come and try to knock you off. So you have to establish your brand, which is with designing. You need to design a whole collection and keep it moving and innovating. So I did. I never met the guy, I don't even remember his name. But my first few bags, I'm not too proud of. I sanded off the orange off of the leather, and I got shoe polish on the first 8 bags, and I shoe polished the bags. So, if it works for boots and shoes, then why wouldn't it work for bags? And I don't know if they rubbed off or what, but anyway, so then I sold those, and then I improved those, and I made more, and then improved those, and changed, and got better leather, and I got different features, and I started getting new bags. My father-in-law started working for me, so I made a little bag for him to ship, and a little satchel for the hip, just something for him to do, and that took off. And then I changed that design and improved on that one. And so it's just been a whole business of constantly changing and improving. And my first backpack, it dug into my lower back. And it was thick layers and layers, just super stout and thick. And now they're worth more than I was selling them for when I first was selling them. And people affectionately, some of our owners and the enthusiasts, call it the Tank. They named it the Tank, dubbed it that name. And because it was just, man, bulletproof. The thing was a monster, really heavy and thick. And so I shaved off a little leather where it didn't need to be so thick and could still maintain the strength. And then I took off some lining here and there to lighten it up a little bit where it didn't need lining, and so it would act differently. Anyway, so I just got better and better at designing, and I'm still learning a lot of stuff, and I'm working on some new things right now that are hard, like really hard. I've been working on them for years, and they're really hard. Some new designs, and there's a reason that we don't have a lot of competition in that arena, that there's a big hole missing in this one area. And I thought, well, now I'm realizing, no wonder it's really hard to design this. Seriously, it's really hard to design it. So the way you get good at designing is by designing. I wasn't a good designer in the beginning. I'm good now. I'm not great, but I'm good. But that's like anything. The more you practice guitar, the better you get. The more you practice public speaking, the more you practice photography, the more you practice lawn maintenance, the better you get. And it's just trimming trees, the better you get. Pretty soon you're Edward Scissorhands and everything looks so beautiful, the more you practice. And so I've been practicing design for 20 years now. And even before that, different designs. For the rack of my car, my old Land Cruiser, just different designs that I've done over time, and you just practice. So now you're getting 20 years of practice.